Hello guys, my name is Devidan. Today I will show you how to create a fully modern looking interface using C Sharp. Okay, so in this tutorial we are going to use Visual Studio 2019. Let's open our code editor right here. You can you can use many code editors such as Atom.io, Notepad++, Visual Studio Code, and many more, but I will recommend you to use Visual Studio straight out of the box because it is much more simpler to use. Okay, so Visual Studio has been loaded. Now it is time to create our project. Now create your project by choose create a new project. Hold on, my Visual Studio itself is loading. See, initializing template. Now if you haven't used recent project template, if you haven't used Windows Form app, then just search for it, Windows Form app.net. As you can see here, we found it. C Sharp Windows Desktop WFA. Click next, and yeah, name your project whatever you like. I'm gonna call it Modern User Interface. Make sure you do not add space because it will cause a corruption. You can save it whatever you want, you can customize it, but I'll suggest that you leave this alone. Click the create button and it will create the project for you. Okay, so our C Sharp Windows form app has been loaded. Now as you can see here, we have our form here. You can customize it. Now I recommend you to resize it. Now we are going to minimize this. Okay, so if you haven't seen the toolbox, then don't worry. Just click the view button right here, and then you can add toolbox or anything you like. Now as you can see here, without further ado, let's begin our tutorial. Now to begin with, we are going to get rid of the form because it's annoying and it's distracting. Let's start that by removing the border. Click your form first. Now navigate to the border style, form border style. Now as you can see here, we found it, form border style. We are going to change it to none, but the disadvantage using a no border is that basically you can't drag your window. You just can't. If I try it right now, then I cannot drag the window. I will prove it to you. So as you can see here, this is the form. If I drag it, it can't be dragged. So we are going to do something about that. First of all, we are going to make a panel or an element that can be dragged. So search up your toolbox, panel, click your panel and drag and drop it. There we go, easy peasy, isn't it? Now click your panel, search up the dock. Here I suggest you use the alphabetical sorting, not the categorize. It's really a headache to navigate. So once again, click the dock, set it on top, drag it to your preferred size, change the dock color, back color to whatever you want. Now if you use the newer Visual Studio 2019, it will take a while. Now you click and then there we go. Now you copy paste the code right here, and we are going to use that code later. So as you can see here, type in the button, drag and drop it. Will be our closing button. So we are going to rename our button to X. Now we are going to change the color, back color. Just click custom. Now obviously it doesn't match, so we are going to remove the border from our button. So navigate until you find the flat style, change it to flat, the border size, change it to 0. We are going to change our text color, change it to white. There we go. Now this looks modern, but we still cannot drag our form because we haven't added the dragging element. So basically click on your panel, go to the event that have a lightning icon, click the mouse down. If you choose alphabetical, then it will appear instantly. So double click the mouse down. It may take a while. Go back, double click the mouse move, go back again, and now double click the mouse leave. I mean the mouse up. Sorry about that. If you accidentally double click it, then be sure to make a new project because I haven't figured out how to fix it. Okay, just double click mouse down, mouse move, mouse up. Okay, so here we have mouse down, mouse up, mouse move. Now as you can see here, we are going to add elements into it. So I'm going to copy paste some of my code because I forgot about it. How to There we go. Now in move. Oh yeah, I put the code on the wrong. Sorry about that. There we go. So mouse down, add the mouse down, copy, paste. Now type this first. Be sure to type this code right here on form 1, and then type this code on form on this mouse down event. Pause the video. Now type on the mouse move, and then finally mouse up. We are going to save our form project, and now once we start our project, voila, but our closing button does not work. So we are going to fix that, shall we? Now go to the event again, click on your form, search for form closing. There we go. Double click on the form closing, type application dot exit. There we go. Now double click your button, type close. There we go. Now we save all, and then we run. There we go. It is working. Now we are going to add a custom label. If you already experienced with programming, you might know that. So a label itself is a text. Now go to the properties. We are going to rename our text to welcome. The size of it is, make it big. Yes, navigate through font. There we go, a welcoming screen. Now we are going to double click our form and add some code. Okay, so double click your form right here. You should see form1.load. Form1 load. So scroll up to the very beginning. We are going to use a system. Now using system.drawing.text. Um oh yeah, I found a bug. It's just the text. Now there we go. Text size matter. Okay, so scroll down to your form load. Now I'm going to copy paste this code right here. Now the text itself was small, so let me fix the error. Font, add font. There we go. Now we have two error. Let's troubleshoot this. Now as you can see here, the bug is fixed. Now this will be your code right here. Type in on your form after you double click it. So make sure you have downloaded your font. So I'm going to use Futura for this one. Now as you can see here, I'm going to look up at my font. Now as you can see here, I have found my font. Now I'm going to rename my font folder to just Futura. There we go. Now as you can see here, now copy paste the directory, paste it, Control V. God damn it, how hard it is. Now add your font, a TTF. The thing about C# is that basically if you want to add a directory, you have to add like this freaking thing. If you run again, then voila, our text is beautifully and gorgeous. But we are going to resize that in a flash. Now there we go. The X button itself is no longer large. Now we are going to drag this into the middle screen. This is a welcome screen, by the way. So welcome now. We are going to resize our font right here. There we go. Now as you can see here, let's add some pictures, shall we? So choose image, local resource, import. Now we are going to setting this to size mode normal, auto size, I mean. There we go. Now we are going to double click this picture and we are going to add a bonus. Scroll up here, type using system diagnostic process start add a quote on it, and let's just say we are going to launch your YouTube channel or any other website. So here I'ma grab myself my YouTube channel. Now copy paste this, and then paste, save it, start it again. Voila. Completely clickable. There we go. Now the font itself is centered. So yeah, that is basically how you create a modern style form. I will give you a bonus. I will show you how you can customize your own font, your own title, everything you ever need. We are going to save it, and we are going to navigate to icon. There we go. Once we run it again, there. This is our icon. Now, as you can see here, we have changed our icon. Now we are going to change the text from form 1 to modern app. You can name it whatever you want actually, and we are going to compile and make an installer for it. Yoo-hoo! Okay, so double click your properties panel. Now leave this name alone. The default icon for your installer itself, we are going to use the same, just like every professionals did. Save, build. We are going to sign in on our package. So after you run MMC, this is the console. Now click file, add or remove snap-in, click certificate, add. Now click computer account, next. Just leave this alone, next. And click certificate, local computer, and then click OK. Now we are going to copy, double click this certificate, go to personal, certificate, localhost, copy, just cut, trusted root certificate authority, click this, double click, right click, and paste. Now go to your pasted key, localhost, here I am. So this is my computer account right here, Selma. properties. Now friend name and description, friendly name and description. Now I'm going to input it as Javidan certificate. Okay, so click your newly made certificate, right click it. Now export, navigate to all tasks and then export. Welcome to certificate export wizard. Next, I mean, yeah, just scroll up, desktop, choose your preferred location to store your certificate. Save. Next. Okay. Here we have a certificate. Now we are gonna go back to our Visual Studio. Sign in. Select from a file. Scroll up to our desktop. Select all file and choose certificate. Or alternatively, you can choose from the store. You see, Microsoft Visual Studio itself have a bug, and it really pisses me off. But yeah. Now, the timestamp URL, you really need it, so I will copy paste this into the description, into the video description below, and click save, and then click publish. Now I will create a new folder on my user folder, or maybe I just leave it there. Open. This is your version. Publish now. Now it will take a while. It will depends on how your computer strength, like how powerful is your computer. Like if you still use one of those old 2008 computer, then it will be weak. So anyways, here now this is the setup. As you can see here, it is verified. Publisher, desktop Selma, install, and there we go. So as you can see here, this is the application. Now, if you want to make an installer, like if you want to make it more compact, like more tidy, then you can use Inno Setup Compiler. This is the software, so if you haven't downloaded already, then be sure to search it on Google. Inno Setup Compiler download official. Right here, it is as easy as it gets. Now create a new empty script file. I mean, um, just use the script wizard. Next, name your application. Change your version. Change my change your company, like you can add your name. Change your link. If you have a website like me, then you can add it, but if you don't, then you don't have to add it, by the way. Okay, so you can leave this alone. Now this will be the hardest part. So you have to navigate, open up File Explorer, okay, just to make sure. Now type in on the quick access app data. Percentage user profile app data. Okay, so go to local, double click local, search up for apps, right here apps, search up 2.0, double click this, and then search up for your folder file. So remember when I create my project folder, modern application? Now here, application, modern application. This is my program file. So to extinguish, but it have two, mode exe and mode tion. So to extinguish it, just double click and there we go. This is our application. But if we go back, it was just a picture. So modern application, modern user interface. Now we are going to copy this directory, copy, paste it, and we are going to add the program folder. Make sure if you want to navigate the app data, make sure you activate, like, make sure in the view panel you activate, like tweak some setting. Now browse to app data, local, apps 2.0. We are going to browse to our folder, mode Xeon. This is our folder. Yes, just click yes. Next, uncheck this. Just check all of them. License file. So you can pick the license file. So I'm using it, can be RTF, CER. Next, administrative install mode. Choose this. Next, you can select or deselect. Next, Now custom compiler output folder. My setup to application. Custom icon file. We are going to use download the same icon. Setup password is optional, you don't have to use it. It will ask you to back up your application. So yes, always choose yes. Okay, so if you encounter like that, that means that you are encountered a bug, and it's pretty easy to fix, by the way. So here, finish. Now we have our application. Okay, so I run it. This is the final result. I accept, next, 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 install. Yeah. Now as you can see here, I misplaced it, but you can do it better than me, okay? So this will be the result. Right here is the complete one. And I cut the video, but that's it for now, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe, like, and comment. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.